Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today has been welcome offer frenzy online. We're going to highlight and just go through them very quickly as there are a ton. So let's just jump into things with first an oddball card, but one I definitely wanted to highlight for those who may be eligible for it would be the PNC Cash Rewards Visa. It typically has a $100 reward after $1,000 is spent. They have doubled that reward. Additionally, the card will have double cash back in the first year. So the PNC Cash Rewards card is doing its best discover credit card impression. The card details, since it's a obscure card, we'll go over it real quick. It has a number of 4, 3, and 2% categories. So the 4% categories would be gas. You can get 3% cash back on dining, 2% cash back on groceries. Now, those categories have an $8,000 annual cap for rewards. So once you hit that cap, it'll all default back down to 1%. But $8,000 spend, 4% back on gas, and it's for the first year effectively 8% back on gas. If you qualify for the card, it's not a bad return. It's not travel focused. The bonuses would be relatively easy to get. Oh, and one of the biggest minuses with PNC, they do cashback redemptions in $25 increments to your account. So take that into account if this was a card that would be interesting to you. Now, for eligibility for the card, applications are restricted to the following states: Alabama, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Maryland, Michigan, Missouri, North Carolina, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Virginia, Wisconsin, and West Virginia. So if you're outside of those states, you are out of luck. But if you are in those states, a very interesting play by PNC with their Cash Rewards Visa, $200 sign-up bonus on $1,000 to spend, and double cash back for the first year. Doesn't seem to say there's any limits on the cash back, so PNC doing their best to discover cards impression. So moving off from PNC and to a more mainstream set of cards, the American Express Marriott Bonvoy cards have brand new sign-up bonuses as well. Seems like we're talking about new Marriott bonuses every other week, or I'm talking about them every other week. I know it's been a number of weeks, but they're changing things up leading up to the announcement of the MGM. So the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant now has a sign-up offer of 2 85,000 point free night certificates on $6,000 to spend in the first 6 months. Interestingly, American Express hasn't moved the spend requirement up for the Bonvoy Brilliant. As we've seen with other $6,000 spend cards, those were seeing their minimum spend requirement pushed up to $8,000. So the Bonvoy Brilliant, $6,000 in the first 6 months, 2 85,000 point free night awards, which can be bumped up to 100,000 points as each certificate you can top up with up to 15,000 points. So sneaky interesting offer there. If you're interested, it's 170,000 points, could be valued up to about $1,430 according to the points guy. Although again, with redemptions, your mileage may vary. If you get a really good one, you could go even further with that redemption. Bonvoy Brilliant gives you 25 Elite Night credits, gives you, I believe it's Titanium status or Platinum status with Marriott. So you'll get, Bonvoy Platinum Elite, and you'll get an annual free night award up to 80,000 points, but these would be 2 80,000 points right at the top. $300 yearly statement credits for dining on participating restaurants worldwide, done in $25 increments, which is annoying, but is what it is. You also get priority pass lounge access, and again, those 25 nights that you can stack with the Bonvoy Brilliant, the Bonvoy Business Card, or another Bonvoy card up to 40 nights a year for lifetime status. Next would be the Bonvoy Bevy, which has also seen a new sign-up bonus. This would be 125,000 Marriott Bonvoy points. After using your card, you spend $5,000 on eligible purchases in the first 6 months of card membership. And both of these offers will end November 1st of 2023. So 125,000 points, about $1,050 of value according to the points guy. Again, your personal redemptions may vary. Beyond that, the Bonvoy Bevy gives you complimentary gold status, gives you solid point earning at Marriott properties. But the Bevy and the Bountiful are pretty much from Chase are pretty much the same card. They're not particularly strong earners. No Marriott card is really. Gold status is nice and gives you, the Bevy does not give you a free night attached to the card unless you spend $15,000, and does not give you any eligible award nights, elite night credits on the card. So Marriott has 2 new elevated offers on their American Express cards. See what happens next. Those expire November 1st. I'm sure there will be other sign-up offers in the coming weeks. Next up, we have the Wells Fargo Autograph, which when it launched was a 30,000 point or $300 reward. It's back to that 30,000 point on $1,500 to spend in the first 3 months. So spend $1,500, get back $300. I love my autograph. The autograph gets you 3% on dining, transit, travel, and streaming services, as well as gas and phone plans. So it covers a wide gamut of 3% categories. If you paired it with the active cash, you'll always have a baseline 2% and those elevated 3% categories in things that you do pretty much every day. The only thing that Wells Fargo would be missing would be groceries. You can redeem points in 25, when it launched there was $25 increments, but now you can redeem for any amount on Wells. They got rid of that portion of their redemption rules. The autograph could be interesting, more interesting and a more interesting earner if the built program was matched with Wells Fargo rewards. And if Wells can come out with maybe a higher end consumer travel card, that would be interesting. I know that the Signify line of business cards is coming out soon, one of which will be travel focused, but we don't know what's happening there. Balls in Wells Fargo's courts to see what they want to do there. I still would like to see them partner a little bit more tightly with Built to create some sort of travel ecosystem or an elevated travel card. But we'll see. Next card would be the Chase British Airways card. British Airways is the Avios earner. Currently has an elevated sign-up offer of 125,000 points total for the British Airways Avios of British Airways Avios. Breaks down in Chase's infamous 2-tier setup where you'll get 75,000 points after $5,000 spend in the first 3 months, and if you spend an additional $15,000 over the next 9 months, you'll earn an additional 50,000 points. Now, Avios are really great in that you can use them with British Airways, Iberia, Aer Lingus, Qatar, and starting next year, Finnair. So those points will be able to be used with 5 different airlines. But again, Chase and their 2-tier setup, I guess Chase has to see incredible spend from people to get these sign-up offers. I personally don't like it. I would much rather see, this $125,000 points on, say, $8,000 to spend in, I don't want to say 3 months. That seems to be Chase's way of doing things, but even if it was $8,000 to spend in 6 months, that's a more solid return to me than having to spend at a lower opportunity cost than doing the spend $5,000 in 3 months, get your 75,000 points, and then move on and get your additional 50,000 points on $15,000 more spend. I don't like it, but it is what it is. And finally, the Chase Ink Cash and Ink Unlimited cards now have their 90,000 point offers back. These were available at the beginning of 2023 and expired in about March. I just recently got the Chase Ink Unlimited. I will be calling Chase if this is actually publicly available and online, because when I contacted them and asked them about this at the time, it was still that 75,000 point offer. So it is 90,000 points on $6,000 to spend in the first 3 months of account opening. How I'm going to hit that with a $3,000 credit limit, I'm going to have to get creative. More on that in another video. But Chase is back with the Ink Unlimited and Ink Cash 90,000 point offers. This is also with their 100,000 point offer on the Chase Ink Preferred and their standard $1,000 cashback offer on the Chase Ink Premier. But don't get that card. It doesn't produce Ultimate Reward points that you can put together with your other Ultimate Reward point earning cards. So unless you really want to spend heavy on that card, just avoid it altogether. But in cash, Ink Unlimited, 90,000 points. And everybody else has been talking about that one, so I left that one for last. Beyond that, nothing else in terms of elevated offers at the moment, but just wanted to highlight those. The PNC one is interesting only because it is a bank taking on the Discover double your cash back mantra, which I'd like to see what PNC gets out of that in terms of signups and spend and how much money it ends up costing them. So if you're in any of the states that I mentioned, definitely look into that offer as a really neat sign-up bonus. I don't know what happens after the first year, but it'll be interesting to see if PNC shows an increase in signups, and then see who keeps the card after the first year. $0 annual fee card, so you can just keep it as long as you want, but I don't know how much like spend there is in year 2 and year 3 and year 4. Apparently there's enough with Discover to keep their system viable, but we'll see. The Marriott offers, it's interesting to see that they're doing these things with these offers with some regularity. We'll see what happens after the beginning of their partnership with MGM. I figure that these sorts of announcements will be coming after the partnership goes live. I guess they want to get these, clear the deck with these before they do something new. I'm not sure. And then there's the Wells Fargo autograph. That 30,000 points should really just be the standard offer, but we'll see. Anyway, for more, like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys soon with a whole bunch of other videos I've got lined up. I've got about 6 or 7. So talk to you soon, and thank you for watching.